welcome to my channel. It is another way day. I am so grateful that the sun is shining, but it's reflecting on my hair. I actually have a crystal that hangs in the window, so I just love it when the rainbow light comes through. To me, it's so colourful and it's like pure light and pure colour. So, without further ado, how did I do on the scales this week? Well, you'll be pleased to know that I lost 3 pounds. I'm now down to 20 stone 0.0. I'm just over the moon. What I am doing is actually working. As many of you know, I have been struggling with my sleep and I've been trying to work out what I can do to improve it. I was looking at how I'm eating, my eating patterns, the times that I'm eating, how my body feels, my mind feels, really getting in touch with what is actually going on with my body by listening, by observing whether it's feeling or pain. When you listen to your body, you know how your body works. You know when it's not happy with something. You know when it's really happy with something. You know when your emotions are all over the place. And I must admit, when my anxiety is high or I know I've got to go and do something, I tend to spend more time on trips to the bathroom. But one thing that I know through my marriage, I wouldn't eat until about 5 o'clock at night. Problem being that once I ate at 5 o'clock, I would graze all the way through until bedtime. So that wasn't conducive to healthy living because I was not eating the correct foods. I was just grabbing junk, whether it was crisps or whether it was cake or biscuits, because when I had 4 young children at home, every Sunday I would bake 5 items, fill the tins for the week. But because I was grazing, the tins didn't last for the 7 days. It would probably make it to 5 days. So I remember how my body felt, how sluggish it was, the sort of feeling of a hangover because you've had far too much sugar. I started thinking about the times that I am having my meals. When I was doing split shifts, I was eating at 7 a.m. in the morning. Then I would come into my room and have lunch about 1:30 in the afternoon. And I didn't get my tea until 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. By that stage, I was ravenous. And I noticed that because of the pressure of work, the pressure of split shifts, all the other things that go with it, because I'm running a kitchen and a household, something I hadn't done since I had 4 children. Well, now I had 14 adults. My anxiety levels were getting up there, as were the problems with my hip and my foot. Looking back then, and then from the grief that I had been suffering, then the added grief with my foot, I thought things have to change. I need to find what it is that works for me, not worry about what other people are thinking. Part of a creative's journey, when they are blocked, they tend to sabotage themselves more often than not because they have this perfectionist part is saying to them, well, if you can't do it all properly now, there's no point starting, wait till later. Or you haven't got everything you need, just flag it. It's not worth the effort. Well, I am worth the effort, as are you. I thought, right, I'm not getting to sleep till anywhere from 1 to 2 a.m. That's not conducive to good sleep patterns. I'm not waking till 9:30 and getting up about 9:30, 10. That's not doing me much good either. Of course, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock meals at night time, well, that's not helping my body because it needs to be able to digest and it needs to be able to be in a regular pattern. So what I did was I rearranged my eating patterns to fit in with the habit stacks that I have in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I usually get up, out of bed, I make my bed. It's the first thing I do after I've been to the bathroom. I then put the kettle on, I make myself a cup of tea, then I will come back to my room, I will do my morning pages, and then I will go and have my breakfast. I will then jump in the shower, get dressed, and start my day. I have decided that I will get up in the morning, I will make my bed after I've been to the bathroom, I will make myself a cup of tea, I will come to my studio desk, I will sit down and I will do 3 pages of writing. Once I have finished that, I will then do my Artist's Way reading and I will start the weekly tasks that are in there. This morning I started at week 2. I checked that I had done all or most of the tasks of week 1, which I had, and I reviewed how many times I did the morning pages this week. I did 6 out of 7 days, but I didn't do 3 pages in total for each day. I'd be lucky if I got 1.5 to 2.5 pages. So I need to bump that up for the week going forward. If I'm not, I will just leave that and do something to do with scripture in the evening. I will then go and have my shower. I will get dressed. I will put my laundry on. If I've got laundry, I will then vacuum. By that stage, it is time for me to have my first meal of the day. It is around about 2 o'clock. This is from getting up at 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's not like I'm up at 7 o'clock because I've been up till 2 a.m. in the morning. So my day is starting a little bit later than it normally would. So I have my breakfast at 2 and then I'm back into the kitchen and I'm cooking tea at anywhere from 4:30 till 5 o'clock, and I'm cooking and I'm sitting down to my dinner at 6 p.m. That is the last thing that I will eat for the day. 2 days I have actually not had my apple cheese stick until half an hour to an hour later because I didn't want to have it straight on top of the meal that I just had. So technically I am intermittent fasting for anywhere from 18, 19 hours in between. I am finding that my body is reacting really well to that. My TMI, usual bathroom habit, that is usually half an hour after breakfast, is still half an hour later or half an hour before, but it's still regular. And it is when I have my first meal. So that has shifted from early morning to afternoon, but that's fine. It's still within that window and nothing else has changed, just the timing. My body has enough time to digest what it needs to digest. I just need to remember not to drink anything after 7:30, 8 o'clock at night because I will be up going to the bathroom. Last night I got up 4 times because I had a cup of tea at 10 o'clock. So yeah, that didn't work well, but I can say that I have had excellent sleep, good sleep, and fair sleep. The first pour was last night, this morning, because it was interrupted 4 times. Yeah, so I'm not feeling hungry. I'm not feeling like I'm missing out because I am having healthy food, 0 point food with a few sins. I'm finding that I'm more productive. I feel more awake. I'm more alert. I'm not having headaches when I wake up in the morning, which I was having. What else is there that I have noticed? I'm remembering things a little bit better. There have been times, because I've been in the grieving period for a year. As I said to my son, the difficult thing is that because my father had Lewy body dementia, my brain had to adjust to his way of thinking, and I was able to decipher what it is he wanted and what it was that he was saying. His speech would get a little bit jumbled. It wasn't till about 4 months into him being in the rest home that I realised that my brain would switch to working with him and then it would have to switch back to working with normality. And amongst that, I would lose someone's name or a simple word to describe something. I got a bit worried there for a while, but then I realised, lack of sleep, trying to take care of 2 different areas in my life where I was dealing with elderly, and it wasn't just my dad, there were 14 others. It did get a bit much. Feeling like that cloud or mist has actually lifted is just great. Feeling really settled. I can categorically say that switching to Slimming World was the best thing that I ever did, because it resembles the program that I followed when I was 16 years old. That is when I felt in control of my eating patterns, where I felt in control of my emotions, where I felt that it didn't matter what anyone else had to say. I could see the results, whether someone was happy with the results or wasn't happy with the results. That was on them. It wasn't on me. That is how I'm moving forward. If you're not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps me grow the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Please do like. Don't forget to comment. I love your comments. And please share if there's someone out there that you think could benefit from just the different things I'm finding in my life as I go along, what stepping stones that are helping me to stay centered on my own path without being pulled off by whatever's going on around me. Because the big thing is, my area is where I feel safe, where I feel protected. It's where I feel loved. It's where I feel safe, because it is inside me. It's not out there. So I shall leave you there. Have a great week, whatever you're doing, and I shall see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.